Yo, guys, quick disclaimer before we start. We recorded this on the Sunday, the day before the Champions League draw. So when we are talking about all of the fixtures, they haven't actually been drawn yet. They're all speculative. Yo, guys, welcome back to the Touchliner podcast, episode 9. And today, yes, I've got Hussein. Yes, I got Ben with me, but we are welcoming Zaid onto the podcast. How you doing, bro?
First of all, thank you so much for having me. I'm doing good. I hope you guys are all doing good. Honestly, I'm excited. I'm just excited to talk football and chop it up with you guys. It's been a minute since I've been podcasting. And yeah, let's get to it, man.
Let's go.
Wait, Zaid. Sorry, I just wanted to clear up. You have another podcast that you do with your co-host there. What's it called? And how can we find you on your socials?
Oh, actually, I appreciate you asking. Yes, I do. I have another podcast. It's called Through Deep Waters. It's about the issues young people face in today's day and age. I'm gonna plug myself, and my co-host is that guy sitting on the other side of the screen there, Hussein, who decided to ditch me and join this podcast. So
I'm
it is
sorry,
what
I
it
don't
is.
like you. By the
Crazy.
way,
It i-
we're brothers.
it it is what it
For
is.
our
We
one
have
viewer
to
that doesn't know.
we move on. But
So
yeah,
me and
like we
Josh made a feature on that podcast.
you
If
Oh,
you're
did
yeah,
you
we
interested,
did.
in that,
did.
go
We
check it
did.
out.
That's
Yeah, we got
episode.
episode
It
of
was
us
I think
four as well.
episode 4 or episode 5. Sorry, if you go back to Through Deep Waters, and you
This
can
guy, he
find
knows
us
the archives
at
and everything.
at at Through Deep Waters Instagram, at Through Deep Waters TikTok, I
With a
think it was,
U,
and then
not OUGH,
yeah,
through like THRU.
THRU.
Okay,
Like
guys, yeah,
we're in
we
a. All
understand.
right, yeah,
We
Yo,
we're
understand.
yeah,
in a.
good.
We're plugging.
Give him a follow. Give him a follow, guys. Follow them and everything.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Shout out.
thanks for coming on today. What are you saying?
I was saying shout out your podcast too. You guys are making me like trying to come back on my grind as well. When I seen you pop up with yours, Josh, I was okay. I need to get back in it.
Yeah, you know what? No, let's give some props to Zaid because Zaid has listened to, if I'm not mistaken, every episode. So
Yo,
big round of
let's
applause. But
go,
a little one
Zaid.
because my grandparents are asleep.
Let's
Thank you.
go.
Nah, for sure. You guys, because thing is for me, like as a Bundesliga fan, already I have like a heavy like work routine and stuff like that, and I have a lot of things going on. It's hard for me to watch every single game in every single league. I have to pay like a lot of effort just to keep up with my own team. So for me to be able to listen to a podcast like this and get like sped up on the news of every other league and especially the Premier League, that's really great for me.
I
Clip,
respect
and
that,
that's
bro.
the reel we're using for this week.
I respect
Let's
that.
do it.
Thanks,
Nah,
man.
for
But
sure.
but yeah, man. Let's dive into the football. So we'll start with the Premier League. All right, we'll just start in England. Run over what's going on. So Arsenal won today, and Zaid, you did say you were here to just rep the disgusting club from North London. They did beat
Yeah,
Chelsea. Chelsea played like okay, I can't.
Convincingly, they beat them
Uh,
convincingly.
if you've
It was
watched the
a
highlights,
walkover.
there are no
Yeah,
Chelsea highlights. There's
it's
zero
like three.
Chelsea.
Chelsea had like 3 or 4 shots the whole game.
yeah.
Had
Like
less.
I didn't see the game. I'm looking at the stats. This is telling me 9 shots versus 2. Like this is
Yeah,
crazy.
it's
Hmm.
ridiculous.
I see like
Nothing.
I have
I
a couple
mean,
a couple friends that are Chelsea fans that have gone on their Twitter and stuff have been crying, posting clips of like Tuchel on the sidelines pointing to people and stuff like that and running around and stuff, and they're like, we were a good club 2 months ago. What happened?
I'll tell you what happened. They play the most boring terrorist style of football I've ever seen. I say it
Is
every
this
week
going to
and
be
I'll
every
continue to say it
episode? Is
every.
this every
Yes,
episode?
yes, because what they're doing is
What?
not right, and I'm standing up for what's right. This is injustice. This is
Why are
terrorism.
you
This
not
is
standing up
haram.
against Atletico Madrid? They're worse.
Oh, they're worse, but no one cares about them.
Yeah,
We'll
they're
get to
gonna.
them. We'll get to them.
We'll
We'll get
we'll
to
get
them.
to them. We'll get to them. But
Yeah,
yeah, it was a
Arsenal.
nice win. Keep like teasing Manchester City. They're still 2 points up now, end of game week 3. You start to wonder: are they gonna make it to the World Cup in first place and be winter champions? I don't know.
Winter champions,
Looking a little more likely.
nothing. You can be top at Christmas. It does. Actually, it does mean
Winter champions.
something.
It's a thing in Serie A, to be honest.
It
Like it's
is.
a
It
big
is a
deal.
big thing. If you're top at Christmas, usually the record is usually if you're top at Christmas, you win the league. That's the general
Leicester were top
consensus.
of Christmas when they won the league.
Exactly.
Yeah. And everyone was saying cash out on all the bets. I remember someone put like a 50 quid bet on the 5,000 to 1
Yeah.
when Leicester to win the league, and they gave him 26 grand to cash out at Christmas because they didn't think that it would actually happen, but they were still top. But he didn't cash out, and I don't know how much fucking money
Yeah.
he took.
Yeah.
Crazy.
That's
I
crazy.
mean,
It's
if you look at the fixtures that Arsenal has, I think it's only one Premier League game left before the World Cup, and they have Wolves. Sorry, they have Carabao Cup is Brighton, and then they have Wolves. So what's the chances really? Like they just need to not lose, or they
And
need
also,
to win straight.
Chelsea have a tough run. Chelsea have got City next, and then Newcastle. I
Yeah,
think.
How crazy would it be if Chelsea beats City?
I see it. I see it. You know,
It could happen,
I
yeah.
see it.
Both
But
teams soak up the ball, like they just
Mm.
hold possession as long as they can. It would be a boring game of football, but it could happen.
will they? They'll
I mean,
just
this
play.
is this is the best thing about being a Bundesliga fan and watching the Premier League is I could just eat my popcorn and watch the chaos happen over there.
It's
Yeah.
been a crazy couple of days, like on over the weekend. I mean, we got that Arsenal result. Move on to Liverpool. They finally got their first away Premier League win of the season. They didn't deserve it, in my opinion. I did catch. I didn't. I missed the first half. I caught the second half. Spurs
Oh,
unlucky. Harry Kane took his goal amazingly well. Ben, I don't know if you saw. He didn't even
Eric
look at the
Dyer.
goal. No, Eric Dyer. Yeah,
We need to talk
suspect.
about some of these choices for England. Eric Dyer, possibly the. I think I've seen Hussein with no legs, no knees, play better defending than this. This Eric Dyer guy is kind of no way he's a professional footballer. He's just big and looks scary. Like there's no way that's a real thing.
Eric Dyer is very questionable. Very, very
Yeah,
questionable.
man. He literally like he like I don't know if he headed it or he shouldered it, but like he basically gave the ball to Mo Salah. It was like, what are you doing? It was in the box as well. He just like tapped it towards Mo Salah, and it was an easy tap it.
Yep, it was bad. It was really bad. But Salah's hitting form good for Liverpool before the World Cup, and Spurs. Kulusevski, they missed Son and Kulusevski. Kulusevski came off the bench. As soon as he came on, you could see he got the assist for the goal. Kane scored. Kane needs to join United. Okay, he needs to come to a team where we can
Oh man, are we
feed
gonna go
him
to
the
That
that?
man
ball.
is
He's
linked.
not gonna succeed.
That man
He
is
will not
linked with
succeed.
every club. That man is linked with every club in Europe out here. Kane, do you know how many Kane to Bayern rumors there are? There's like, they just want him out of Tottenham, basically.
Yeah,
He's wasting away. That's the thing. He's
Hold
wasting
on.
away.
Zaid, since you're here, I've two questions I want to ask you. We're not going to discuss it. I just want your opinion.
Ask me.
Question number one: what is the biggest club in the history of football? Actually, no. You're gonna say Bayern.
No,
Be
no, no, no,
real.
no, I'm not. No, 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 I'm not. I'm very
Okay.
real about this. I came to this podcast to put my bias aside and actually try to talk
I
football.
appreciate that.
Okay?
I appreciate
So that's the first thing. My answer to that, and Josh and Ben are not gonna like this answer, but 100,000%, and you have to let me explain this, and 100,000%, it's Real Madrid, and you have to let me explain why. The reason why is because you have two barometers that you judge a club by based on if they're the greatest club in the world. The number one is accomplishments and trophies. Do you judge them by how much they've won? Hold on. Like, do you judge them by accomplishments and trophies, or do you judge them by their brand? You know what I mean? Like how much they're known worldwide. You know what I mean? So if I think about, like, Manchester United is very famous in the UK and around a lot of places in the world, but the weight that the club of Real Madrid holds globally, right? You can go like to a crazy place on the other side of the world and people will be following that club and there's going to be diehard fans there too. Man U, they exist, but I'm sorry, they're not at the same level. Maybe I'm biased in saying that because I grew up in the Middle East where there is a lot of Real Madrid Barcelona fans, but potentially, but I do feel like that brand Real Madrid does a lot of it's very far reaching, and it has been, the club has been great for a long time, and like all the way back to like Di Stefano, and they were the club of the century, the last century as well. Like they were actually, that was an official title that they gave them. Personally, I don't like Real Madrid. Bayern have a horrible history with Real Madrid. I do not like that club, right? So like it hurts me to say that, but no, like Man U, I think is a close second. I would say is that between them and Barca, but it has to be Madrid for number one.
I think it's probably for me. I'd say it's the opposite for like the size of like the branding and the weight that it holds. I would like say that it's easily Like I reckon you could go, like I said last episode, you could go to the slums of Congo and show a Man United badge, and they'd say Man United. We
Do
know
you think
that.
they're not gonna know the Madrid badge either?
No,
Like,
yeah, Real
I
Real
think
Madrid.
no, but on balance, more people would know the United badge than the Madrid badge. I personally.
No, but okay, so here's the thing though. Like Real Madrid's brand as a club is supported by the star players that they have. If like when that in that time, for example, when Ronaldo was at Real Madrid, that the guy, like, you know what I mean? Their brand was through the roof. You have like, they have those players that are very marketable, more than United that I've seen in the past like
But Ronaldo was
few
in
years.
Man United as well, and
But he
Beckham.
but he but he made
And
his name in Real Madrid, Ronaldo. You know what I mean? Like he
he
won
had
his
more
Ballon
he had
d'Ors, he
like
did everything. You know what I
yeah.
mean? So like it's just, and again, I'm telling you because from my experience growing up between like the Arab community and stuff like that, like it wasn't a contest over there. You're either a
Mhm.
Madrid fan or you're a Barca fan over there. You know what
But
I
that's
mean?
because
Okay.
It's
that's because
true.
in a lot of Arab states they don't support English clubs generally.
No, that's true.
Like it.
But that's the thing.
Fair enough.
That's the thing. So now I'm in England,
To be fair,
grew up in Dubai.
my uncle supports Liverpool and my aunt supports United. So like, it's not like they don't. It's just the majority.
Didn't they go to uni
Yeah.
overseas?
My aunt did, but my uncle didn't know. He's in the Middle East his whole life. He went to Canada when he was much older, but he's always been like a big Liverpool fan. But let's not dwell too much on this. I just have my second question for Zaid. Just for the sake
Ask.
of time, we'll let Zaid make his case and just move on because anyways, I'm right, whatever anyone says. But who's a better striker, Zaid? Kylian or Kane? Come on, Zaid.
Kylian Mbappe, Kylian
Come
Mbappe,
on, bro.
Kylian Mbappe, Kylian Mbappe, Kylian
Like, come on,
Mbappe,
who are we kidding
Kylian
here?
Mbappe.
Like, are we
Okay,
really
and
like
this
You're
is
kidding yourselves. That's who you're
no,
kidding.
Yeah.
and this is like the other thing of football. Like we see it in basketball a lot, where in basketball you have a lot of like stat watching. You know what I mean? People watch stats and be like, this guy got this many goals, this many assists, whatever. Sometimes with a lot of these debates, and this is my case for the greatest of all time debate as well. Sometimes you just have to let the eye test do the thing. You know what I mean? The eye test with Mbappe, that is beautiful football. When Mbappe starts gunning down the wing or gunning down like or trying, if your barometer is who can shoot the ball better, that's a different conversation. That's like a very limited scope of conversation. But if you're trying to say who's the better player, it has to be Mbappe. That man is dangerous in way more
Rounded
ways than
player.
Kane. Huh?
Well, like all-rounded player, you think Mbappe is better than
oh,
Kane?
striker?
Oh, no,
No, he
I'd say
said
because all
player. He
round
didn't say strike. He
yeah,
didn't say
I
striker
said
instead
player.
of
No, I
player.
said player. I said player.
So shush.
I said player.
Oh, it's
I said
crazy.
player.
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Because
Yeah, but
when you limit the conversation, you come out with an answer that doesn't reflect the reality. Because Mbappe as a striker will still do those things that are like he will use his pace, right? He will use his like you know what I mean. He'll use his other skills to be able to create a better like attack, run forward. You know what I mean? So it's not I don't know. And again, this is from somebody who watches primarily Bundesliga football, so you take it with a grain of salt. You know what I mean? But I like personally, for me, with the eye test in the Champions League, I'm sorry, like I have to give it to
I
Mbappe.
respect that, and I respect your opinion.
Oh, yeah, I
But
respect that as well.
we don't want to dwell on
oh,
this
now you
debate
respect.
again.
Hold on. How come now you respect his
So,
opinion? When
Josh,
my
what were the other scores this week?
All right. Just
No. What we'll say is Tottenham lost, and do you know what that means? Tottenham losing means that a certain team goes into third place,
leave that in third
and
place.
that team,
I can't. I
I'm
can't
just gonna
believe it.
say.
I can't believe that, man.
I'm just gonna say from now, just one thing. Any talk about Newcastle, I'm going to refrain and mute myself because I'm actually
Okay.
getting really sick of Newcastle.
Mute yourself, because I actually wanna
You're a hater.
let me ask Ben. Let me ask Ben about something right now. So Ben, about Newcastle, you guys have been doing really well. Like the squad has
Please don't
been
feed his ego.
up.
That's all I'm gonna say.
Let me ask it, ya Allah. You know what I mean? But basically I'm like watching from afar. I'm seeing the scores, I'm seeing here and there. If like I saw your game against Tottenham, I think it was like a couple weeks ago where you guys won. The team is a good team, nobody can deny that. You know what I mean? It's not like they're here by fluke. They have an influx of money, but they haven't spent stupid money, right?
Yeah.
From afar, it looks like to me that that team has built itself or building itself, is trying to create those foundations that clubs like Man City and PSG didn't. Do you
Yeah.
agree with that statement as a Newcastle fan? And can you expand on that?
It's undoubtable, to be honest. And if you say like, "Oh, Newcastle's success is only down to money," then like you don't really watch like you haven't really like looked at the actual in-depth part of what's happened at Newcastle. I think Manchester United's squad is worth triple the value of what Newcastle's squad is worth. Something along the lines of that. I know that like our transfer window was 100 and it's in 120 to 150 in between January and like the summer signings we just had. And that's like Isaac, Trippier, all these like big players coming in, Botman. But then it's not just about them. Like for example, Isaac doesn't even play; he's injured. Like he hasn't played. He's played one game this season, maybe two games, right? and the one of the games we played, we lost. So I would say that if you don't watch Newcastle, it's easy to say that that it's just like all because of money. But if you actually watch and see how Newcastle played to how they play now, it's like two different teams. Like it's not even like comparable, and it's all down to Eddie Howe, who like I hope it doesn't happen, but he realistically should be number one contender for an England manager. To be honest, like he plays a
If
really
you
really nice style of football.
if you look at the team as well, when teams get big money like that, typically they'll go out and sign like crazy players. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? The headline players that have been signed by Newcastle are what? Trippier, and like but they're not in the same level as like they didn't go and throw 200 million on Mbappe
yeah.
just to have
Listen,
Mbappe on the team.
what
You know
what
what
I'll
I mean?
say is Trippier. I don't think anyone's in denial that Trippier is a world class footballer. He is easily international level. He's played at the highest level possible, and I will say that he's like he just what he brings to not even like his ability, like his leadership skills. Like he took the captain's armband as soon as he came in. It's so obvious the impact that he's had. But it's not about the people who Eddie Howe's brought in. It's about what he's done to the players that were already there. The Joe Lintons, the Miguel Almirons, the Callum Wilsons. I mean, do we all see this? Does everybody see that right there? That is
I'm
that is
here for
Miguel
it.
Almiron with
I'm, I'm
Miguel
here for it.
Almiron, fourth
I'm
top
here
scorer
for
in
it.
the Premier League, and not even a striker, a right winger who is just in his bag right now. He is in form, and it's more of a testament. Like obviously, it was never a question of like his work rate as a player. Like he always worked hard. It was about like a question of his quality, and like his quality is now showing under Eddie Howe. So it shows like how much Eddie Howe actually does, and the man management specifically, what he's done to bring these players who are, let's be honest, they look like championship level players. Josh, I'm sure you can agree with that. And he's turned them into third in the Premier League, Champions League position players.
It just shows the power of coaching, right? If you have a good coach, it doesn't matter what players you have behind you, you will in the long run succeed, right? And I think certain managers have that. Eddie Howe had that. He showed it at Bournemouth. I think Graham Potter will at Chelsea eventually. But these kind of managers are hard to come by, and
Graham Potter's a great coach,
yeah,
by the way.
exactly.
I think he's a
Yeah,
really good coach.
they're project managers though. That's why I rate. This is the thing. Back to what Zaid said. You're not doing stupid stuff. You got Howe in for the long haul. You've got players in that like maybe Trippier's not going to be there in like 5-6 years because he'll be older. But you have these players to set the foundations. Bruno Guimaraes, wow, honestly, wow, what a player he is. All these players coming in to just set Botman, and then obviously next summer I expect you guys to really let the cash flow start going, and then you start signing.
I'm surprised it's happened this quick,
No,
to be
but
honest.
at the same time, I think there's also something to be said about having like, and this is like I'm sure Man U fans can feel this a lot, right? Having a well-run organization. Like look at clubs like Barca, right? Like look at clubs like Man U. Every week there's drama. Every week there's problems. There's money. Sometimes with Barca there's money issues. With Man U you have a big disgruntled star. And like if you can have like managements in your club beyond the coaching, beyond the man, like the actual like team coach and stuff like that, like the people who make the executive decisions, like for us it's like Oliver Kahn and the and all like the higher ups, right? So
Mm.
those people in those positions, if they can run your club smoothly, smartly, without drama, and know how to make the correct priorities, your club, like, you don't have to have a worry in your mind where your club's going to be in the next 5-10 years because you know
Yeah.
you're good, because you know whatever challenge comes, you'll face it. Clubs like, contrasted, like clubs like Barca, when the COVID pandemic hit, they were done. Like, they're out here selling their TV rights for the next 25 years so they can make 50 million to sign Lewandowski. You know what
It's
I mean?
crazy.
Stuff like that. Like,
Barca in the mud, man. Like Barca will be a mud club within 5 years, I
it's
think.
it's it's it's
Bounce
not
back.
looking good, bruv. It's not looking good, bruv.
It's not looking
But
good, bro.
but
You think
The
they're
thing
gonna bounce
is,
back, I think?
I do. I don't know how. I don't know how, but Barca at the end of the day are a giant of football. So I think they'll have like an AC Milan esque um decade or so of just
Yeah.
then they'll come back up. But
but just to circle back to the Premier League with Newcastle, I wouldn't expect crazy signings this summer. I don't think so.
Oh.
I don't. I don't. I think they're gonna do the smart thing. They're gonna bring in maybe one big player, and not even like he won't. It won't be like to the level of like Mbappe or like a Messi or that high level name. It will be like, you know what I mean? Like
Bernardo
I can't
Silva.
envision a,
Mm,
huh?
that's a good signing.
Do you know what it is
That would
though?
be a
Like
great
Bernardo
signing.
Eddie
Silva.
Howe, Eddie Howe's not going to go out and try and find players that aren't gonna fit the style that he plays. He's not going to sign like, let me think. He's not going to sign Mbappe because Mbappe is lazy. He has a poor work rate. Okay, so he would never sign Mbappe because our team presses high and they keep intensity. So he wants to sign players that work hard off the ball as well as on the ball. So we can't just go by everybody. We have to find players that suit our play style. You know,
And
so
that's an amazing
So
way to run a club. That's why I'm very happy to see Newcastle succeed because of that. You know what I mean?
some people
let's take,
aren't like
hold
you,
on.
Zaid. Some people aren't like you. Some people are just jealous. You know, and they're
Here's the thing,
old
guys.
heads.
Here's the thing, guys. As a club, I am happy for Newcastle. But as a friend of Ben's, I wish I never met the guy. I'll be completely honest with you
You
guys.
know what's
It
funny?
just it just gets
I saw
exhausting.
Rory from the kickoff. He made a video talking about how good Newcastle were, and he actually said, "But I want them to fail because I'm friends with the true Geordie."
Oh yeah.
And I felt
Yeah,
that in
because
my heart.
you guys are just unbearable. But
We're
hold on, guys.
unbearable,
Let me
but
get
we're
this
happy.
out. Let me get this out. We don't have enough time to talk about Newcastle for the whole day, so we need to move on. I've been trying to
He's
move on
so
for the last 5
Let's
minutes.
so
let's let's move. All right.
Zaid mentioned a club whose star is constantly in drama, and
Who's
today
that?
we saw him almost get a red card. He
Hey, I'm
Cristiano
here
Ronaldo
for
got
this.
in a
Did you
fight
see? Did you see
with
that? Mings
yeah,
with
it was
Mings. Did you
crazy.
see
It was
that?
I don't know I don't know
Tyrone
what
Mings
exactly is
being
happening
intimidated.
because I had to like kind of like so I was having dinner with my grandparents and out of respect I didn't want to get my laptop and watch. I had to like kind of hide it under the table. So I just kind of caught what happened. I just saw him like grab Mings and like pull him to the floor and then it was
Who's
like
this?
checking for
Who is
possible
this?
Ronaldo. Ronaldo.
Ronaldo.
Ronaldo. Okay, I didn't see.
It was
I heard
crazy.
there was a fight. I didn't see.
Here's the thing, right? Now I have to admit this. We could be seeing Ronaldo turn into the villain of football, right? Like we've seen this happen to so many fighters, we've seen it happen to so many basketball players, even footballers, right? But maybe this is where Ronaldo becomes that old man that just refuses to let go and refuses to accept that his time is gone and he's just mad at everyone, like and I hate to say this. I hate to say it because I love Ronaldo so much. Like I wish he was my dad. No, I'm joking. I'm joking. But like,
You can't be saying that. You can't be saying that,
no,
man.
no,
He
I'm
says it
joking.
You
every
can't be
I'm
saying
episode.
joking.
that.
He says it every episode, bro.
I'm just saying,
And
no,
every episode, I'm like,
but you just like you start to, man. Here's the
Did
thing, right?
Ronaldo get sent off there?
Oh, he got a yellow.
No.
Both got
Not
yellows.
yellow.
That's
To
ridiculous.
Because Mings started it.
to
Mings was like grabbing him, didn't stop. So Ronaldo threw him on the floor.
They both should have got yellows then.
Yeah, they
to
did.
have even a whole season of poor performances, right? Like you could boil it down to he didn't have a preseason, his unborn child just died before the season started. Like you can boil that down to excuses, right? But now you're seeing not only is he not performing, he's fighting with everyone, his manager, other players. He's losing his temper. He's not being cordial. He's losing his professionalism, which is one thing that Ronaldo always prided himself over, is that he's a great professional. And now he's not a great professional anymore. So now you have to ask yourself, like, is this the end of Ronaldo?
I think
I don't know. I
it
hope it's not. And I hope that World Cup comes and Portugal win 16-0 every game and Ronaldo scores a quadruple hat trick every game. That would be my dream come true.
the thing is, right, he's for the first time since he's become good, he's in a team where it's not all about him, and the serve. Even if it's not even all about him, he's not getting the service because we are a team in transition. Now he doesn't know what to do. Last season, one of those things. Yeah, we were horrible, but he was the star player still. It was get the ball to Ronaldo, get the ball to Ronaldo, and it affected the whole team. Rashford had his worst season. Sancho didn't properly integrate into the team. Fernandes suffered, but Ronaldo got almost 20 goals. So, he could just look back like, look, see, I went to a bad team and look at my goals. But now, Ten Hag has made it clear, I don't care who you are, I don't care who anyone is. He punished Ronaldo the same he punished Garnacho in preseason, right?
Which I respect that so much, standing up to like arguably the greatest player to ever grace the grass on a football pitch.
Exactly.
Takes a lot of confidence to do that.
You need that in a big team. We've missed it. So he's treated Ronaldo the same as an 18-year-old kid. This is how a team should be. Doesn't
That's how
matter.
he's acting.
Exactly. Like he doesn't care what his name is, but I'm only seeing him perform in the Europa League. Do you know how crazy that is? His best games is
Man's standards
in
have
the
dropped.
Europa League. It's so weird,
But
man.
can we all just admit that Manchester United will win the Europa League and it's going to be because of Ronaldo? Like, can we just say that?
In my
You
heart,
can say that.
I hope so.
I want it to happen more than almost anything, but I think he goes in January. We lost today. He did nothing again. We lost to Aston Villa. New manager bounce. Unai Emery. I don't like that guy. Honestly, good evening. I don't like him. He really irritates me. And we are into the Europa League. The Europa League by the playoff round. The third place Champions League teams have dropped down. We are going to play Barca, Juve, Ajax, or Salzburg. You know what? Give me
But
Barca.
before we get into
Give me
Europe,
Barca.
I'm
before
telling
we
you,
get into
Josh.
Europe,
I'm telling you, you really want more than Ajax, more than Salzburg. You want Barca.
Barca, bro.
You want
I
Barca.
want
Yes.
Barca.
You
I just
want
want to talk
Barca.
about one more team in the Premier League that's started to turn around and started to look like a little more like their old self, right? So first of all, Leicester have won 3 in their last 4 games. Couple players that we need to talk about. Madison.
Mm.
Right, Madison has what, 16 goal involvements? Ben, you showed me
17
the
goal
stat, and I was
contributions in
yeah, it's
16 games.
incredible. Madison is looking crazy. I don't know if he stays at Leeds, at Leicester. Sorry, another player that I don't know if he stays at Leicester. And Josh made a good point about this. Depending on his fitness, is Tielemans, because Tielemans on the ball is a joy to watch. He's a beauty. The way he strikes the ball is incredible. The goals that he's scoring are out of this world. But Ben, actually, with a really good catch, um, and was it you? Yeah, it was you who caught. No, it was a TikTok that you sent. Sorry, of just Tielemans tracking back behind
It
Declan
was Josh.
Rice.
It was Josh.
Oh, it was
You
Josh.
got
Okay, sorry.
everything wrong.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I just
And it
saw
was
the video.
Twitter.
That's all I know.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's tracking back behind Rice, and he just decided to like jog at like 10% speed, and Declan Rice made it all the way down the field.
Yeah.
And
He
it
was
looks like, yeah,
struggling. He
Tielemans.
was
One
struggling,
thing I want
man.
to say though is that wasn't this season, and we don't know what time that was in the game because it was just a clip. It didn't have any time or anything like that, and all you saw was Tielemans. We don't know like what had happened previously. It's just like a 5-second clip of Tielemans losing the ball and having to sprint back. We don't know if he'd sprinted up the pitch back and forth 3 or 4 times. That would tire Ronaldo or anybody out. Okay, you can't
That's fair.
just
That's
take
fair.
a 5-second clip. It's just you need context for that. And also, what I will say is Madison over the past 2 years, there was a stat on Sky Sports that I saw the other day. Over the past 2 years or something, I can't remember exactly what it was, but it was like he's had the most goal contributions for any English player. Like, so he like statistically he should be going, to the World Cup. But
Is he
it's
not?
like, is he? We don't know. Is he reliable enough?
I
Because
don't think
his injury record is not good.
he won't go because he's got his gang. His
And
gang
it's
are
sad,
gonna go.
why would Southgate play like
Creative player.
Madison's pushed so high and he's played so creative. He's not going to play a cam. Like he's
He
just not going to do
won't.
it.
Yeah, he won't. He's gonna line up with 3 CDMs, 5 at the
CDMs, yeah.
back, and then Kane up front with Sterling somewhere, and that's gonna be that. And England are gonna get knocked out in the round of 16. It's gonna be really sad.
But wait, hold on, wait. We're in the airport. We've just
No,
entered.
hold on. But before we fly, I have one question. I have one question about Leicester before we get in the airport.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're already in the
My
airport,
thing
but
is-
you can
my-
before we fly.
My thing is this with Leicester. How do we feel about Brendan Rodgers as a manager, right? Because 2 5th-place finishes in the last couple seasons in a league that is the toughest league in the world with a budget that's not like the other big clubs' budgets, right? My thing is, like, I feel like he gets a lot of flack, but I actually feel like it would be good for Leicester to keep him on and let him build the same way Newcastle has set up Eddie Howe to build over there. They need to set up Brendan Rodgers to build something special at Leicester and keep on getting like into Europe every season type thing. You know what I mean?
One thing I would say is like they signed Jose Perez, they signed Tielemans, they signed Iheanacho.
This year they signed 0 people.
This year
Zero.
they
One
signed,
defender.
Oh,
Fal-
one
uh,
defender.
Yeah.
Faz. But he's actually pretty good, to be fair. I watched. But thing is with Leicester, they have like the fans now think they've got like an identity of the way they play, and Brendan Rodgers doesn't like his style of football. Like it doesn't match with that. So he is trying to. You see it when like you watch Leicester now, like they sort of want to press, but like players like Daka, they are not fit enough to press the whole game. If Vardy starts, he presses, but players like Daka just don't fit into that team. But Daka starts over Vardy sometimes. So it's like they don't really know what they want to do. Do they want to press? Do they want to not press? Do they want to sit back and soak up and then counter attack? They don't really know.
That's the thing.
Brendan Rodgers is like a good coach, like he's like a good coach.
I don't rate him. I don't rate him.
He can
By the way,
manage.
guys,
I
I
think-
think we're about to miss our flight.
I think he's. Oh, let me just say this one thing. Right. To one of those fifth place finishers, they were third. It was right before COVID. They were third. There was a 2-horse race for fourth place between United and Chelsea. Leicester ended up fifth. They bottled the second half of the season and they came fifth.
They don't have the players to stay third.
That's what-
It's a smaller club, brother. It's a smaller
No, but
club.
that's
they
what
don't
in
have the
in the
funds either.
1920 season, if everyone was all over the place. Pulisic was actually Chelsea's one of their best players that season. Just to put that into context, and for us, our best player was Martial that season. I know it was years ago, but everyone was in transition. Leicester actually had a great team. They only won the FA Cup the next season, so they were still a really good team. I think they should have maintained top four, but they lost on the final day to us. They always bottle it in the end. That's why I don't rate Rodgers. I think Leicester could do better with someone else.
They
Okay.
could do better with somebody else, that's for sure. But right now, I don't see them firing Brendan Rodgers anytime soon.
Last call for boarding.
Okay.
They're happy with top five, like a club that was in the Championship a couple years ago. They're happy with it,
Okay, we're
Yeah.
in the flight. It's a private jet, so we're gonna get there really quickly. And boom, we have touchdown in Italia. So, oh shoot, I need to check the score. Hold on.
I checked it.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes,
Yeah.
yes. Okay, first of all, you know what? I'm so happy. I'll do this with a smile on my face. Rabio, sir, brother, my friend, I'm sorry. I'm only sorry for today. I'm gonna go back to hating you tomorrow, but I'm sorry because, guys, Rabio scored. For those who don't know what I'm talking about, Juventus just beat Inter 2-0. Rabio scored, although I've been destroying him in previous episodes. He still sucks. Rabio still sucks, but he scored, so I'm very happy. So, Rabio, sir, I'm sorry. Please enjoy your day. You're gonna have a great day.
Common theme. It's a common theme. Honestly, this
You're
guy.
probably gonna go out and celebrate and have a very nice
How
time
often
with some
does this
women.
guy
So I hope
apologize?
you enjoy that. Okay,
Compilation.
I'll apologize when I need to. Okay, I
I'll
don't
do a
mind.
compilation. Was it Son, Rabiot, Nunez, Choupo-Moting we'll go into later. There's so many, honestly.
Yeah.
We'll go into it
Alright,
later. We'll go into it
but-
later.
Okay, this makes me feel a little bit better about last week's loss. But yeah, going back to the Serie A, right now, I'm really upset because as much as we test Napoli, we keep passing. They had Atalanta. Atalanta are not a team that rolls over. It's very hard to get them out your way. It's very hard to beat a team like Atalanta. Napoli beat them 2-1. It's so annoyingly. Okay, because Atalanta did take the lead early on in the game. I think it was the 11th or like the 18th or something like that. And then Napoli comes back and scores another. And now they have 35 points out of 39 in 13 games. Do you know how crazy that is?
Chance for you to catch
You
up.
know, I don't like it's so we're second, right? We're 6 points behind. We have 29 games out of 39, and I think we're having a pretty okay season. But when you have a team like Napoli, who are just sitting in first place, who are perfect, who can do no wrong, I'm convinced they're gonna win the Champions League and they're gonna come to the World Cup as well and win that because that's how good they're playing. Okay. What do I do? What do I like as a Milan fan now? What do I do? I don't care that we beat Spezia yesterday. Do you think I care? I don't.
Yeah, you do. The
But
90th minute winner.
I do. It was actually a really good game. But okay, let's talk about that game. Okay, I have a bone to pick. Refereeing against Milan has just been absolutely ridiculous. It's been atrocious. It's been so strict and so like it's like every referee that refs our games has an agenda. Every game there's a controversial decision. Like every game without fail, and it's always against Milan, not the other team. Like our first goal, it was like the most obvious onside goal. You know, they took 5 minutes. I'm not joking and I'm not exaggerating. You can go back and check. They took 5 minutes to VAR it because they were like checking any way they possibly can to disallow the goal, right? And then
Rules
when
are
Tonali
rules.
scored, when Tonali scored a potential goal of the season, they
Mm.
went back to like when Origi picked up the ball at halfway at the softest tackle that barely grazed the defender, the midfielder's shoe, they disallowed that goal.
Did
And
he
then
go down?
and then he didn't. I don't remember. I actually don't remember. I don't know. I'm not gonna ask that because I don't remember. But yeah. And
Probably.
then Giroud. I recommend everyone goes and watches this goal because this goal was incredible. It was Zlatan-esque. It was so nice to watch.
Nice.
So nice to watch. But he did one of the dumbest things that he's probably done in his career. He was on a yellow, scores, and takes his shirt off to celebrate. How stupid can someone be? Like I love the guy. I love him. But how stupid are you? Like you're not even like you're not a rookie. You're like 37 years old. You should know what happens when you're on a yellow and you take your shirt off. What do you think is gonna happen? You're
I
gonna get
think he
sent
just
off.
forgot. I think he just forgot Hussein.
He probably did. He probably did because it was also an undeserved yellow due to a controversial decision. So yeah, I would say that he forgot because refs have an agenda against us. But can I just say, our double pivot in Tonali and Ben Nasser. First of all, Ben Nasser has been having the best run of games he's had since he joined the club. Tonali is going to be a legend in football, and I say that with the utmost confidence. He is Mr. AC Milan. He embodies the club, his passion, his aggression, his mindset in this football club.
Can I just
But
say that?
no,
Wait, why are you praising the pivot when Krunic started and played 90 minutes and you won?
I hate Krunic. Let's
No,
not talk
but
about
he's
Krunic.
in the pivot though. You have to give him some
But you've got
credit. You gotta give him
got to
some.
give
Yeah,
credit where credit's
but
due,
but
man.
but but okay, he was playing as a DM and we conceded a goal.
You were just talking about the pivot. Which one is it?
No, no, no. Krunic sucks. Okay, I don't like Krunic.
That,
No, but you
that
know what?
Krunic,
No, I have to give respect where respect is due. Krunic in the Champions League played well enough to earn his start yesterday against Spezia, and I like as much as I hate to say it, he did deserve to play yesterday. He didn't play well by any means at all. At all, he played terribly. But Tonali really showed up. So it was okay because he covers for the shit players. Excuse my language, but the shit players on our team that should be sold to like the Serie D. Please, just get rid of it.
Nice.
I mean, I don't know. I just saw that goal. Like I was just low-key seeing it on my phone right now. That's a crazy goal that Giroud scored in that
Mhm.
Spezia game. A flying scissor kick type. I don't know. That was like, but I think I don't know for Milan. Like they can have. I don't think they'll catch Napoli in a title race. I really doubt anybody catches Napoli in that. Like overall, after the World Cup or anything like that. But how far do you see them going in the Champions League?
Okay, guys, I actually, before we answer this, I wanted to talk about the Champions League because so I have I saw a TikTok and I took a screenshot, so I'm gonna read it out to you guys. It's like the most probable Champions League because the draw's tomorrow, but the most probable, like statistically, most probable fixtures that will happen. So we'll discuss that just after mentioning all the teams that made it to the round of 16. So that would be, hold on, I'm gonna go back. Okay, Napoli, Liverpool, Porto, Club Brugge, Bayern, Inter, Tottenham, Frankfurt, Chelsea, Milan, Madrid, Leipzig, City, Dortmund, Benfica, and PSG. Can I just remind you guys that Benfica topped the group with PSG and Juventus? Just want to put that out there. We're
Crazy.
going
Last
back.
day, last minute.
Teams beat
What?
individuals. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yes, sir. Okay, let me list all of the probable lineups, and then we'll talk about them one by one. Because I know the second I say the first one, Zaid's going to want to speak. Um, so, first on the list is Liverpool versus Bayern. They're each other's most likely opponents.
I love that, man.
Napoli versus Dortmund. City or Tottenham versus Inter. City or Tottenham versus Leipzig.
Mm,
Chelsea, Frankfurt.
of course.
Yeah,
Ma-
if I'm
Ma-
Frankfurt, I'm one Chelsea right now. If I'm
Ma-
Frankfurt,
Madrid,
Oh,
Milan,
oh, you're done. You're done. You're done. You're done. You're done. You're done.
Porto, PSG, and Club Brugge and Benfica. I would love to see Club Brugge and Benfica personally. I think that's a battle of the underdogs. Um, these are obviously not set in stone, and it's a very, very big chance that many of these don't happen. Please, Madrid, Milan, please don't happen. But we're all the thing is, if we don't get Milan, we're just like almost just as likely to get Man City. So sorry, Madrid. So I would honestly rather get Man City than Madrid, to be completely honest with you, because Madrid ain't no way we beat them. I think if, and obviously we're not likely to beat City either, but if we have a better chance of beating either, I'm the one that said let's not talk about these fixtures until I'm done, and now I'm the one talking about the fixtures, so I'm sorry. Let's go back to the start. Liverpool versus Bayern. Zaid, how does that go and why?
we get to. I think it'll be tougher than for Bayern than people realize. But as a Bayern fan, Liverpool don't really scare me like that. Like I think we took from them like Sadio Mane coming to our team from over there, and just for me seeing just in the first game that I saw him play. I think it was the first game of the Bundesliga or the Super Cup, one of them, where I saw Mane in action for the team. I At the end of the game I had to tweet out, we're really lucky to have Sadio Mane, because that player is a hard worker and he does whatever the team needs. He played up top false nine, he went to the wing. He is a really hard worker and he tries, and you visibly see when. So I don't know. I never watched Liverpool extensively, but did Mane have a thing where he gets caught offside a lot at Liverpool?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's so
So
fast.
His pace,
every
yeah.
game, every game is two or three offsides against him. It's started to become a thing at Bayern as well. But I think it's just you see it visibly on his face when he gets that offside call or anything wrong happens, or maybe it's not his night that night, but you see it in his face like it bothers him. You know what I mean?
Excuse me, sorry.
Bless you.
Why are you laughing? I sneezed. I
You
can't
could have
help my
muted
sneeze. Why are you
yourself. All
laughing?
right, sorry.
It
Continue,
was
Zaid.
like too quick. I couldn't. I'm
Yeah, no,
sorry.
it's all good. Like Sadio Mane, just for me seeing how much of a difference maker he's been for our club, that makes me kind of realize and looking at Liverpool's situation and being like, okay, they're not doing the best right now, and that's probably one of the reasons why is that they don't have a big piece of their culture at their club anymore, right? For me, that's a huge factor. The other factor is that, and I kept saying this, maybe I'm getting a bit too into the Bayern like dynamic or whatever, but I'll make this one point very quickly. Bayern has been up and down in the Bundesliga until recently. They're starting to put it together a little bit, and they've had their struggles. But the Champions League form has not dropped off for one game. There's only one team that scored against Bayern in the Champions League, and that's Victoria Pilsen, right? That's it. Barca couldn't we kept clean sheets versus Barca and Inter the whole way.
Devil's
The other,
advocate.
wait, the only thing, like, just based on this season, before you give the devil's advocate, as a Bayern fan, I'm really happy with that matchup. We get Liverpool. It gives us a chance to make a statement victory. That is okay. The club's doing badly, but it's a statement victory that, like, we're not like we're here for we're contenders for this season, and we can win the Champions League this season. You know what I
Let
mean?
me tell you why I disagree.
Why?
First and foremost, your start to the
You
season
need
was
you,
very
you need to
concerning.
apologize first, actually.
Why?
Oh yeah, Troops. Again, I'm sorry, but this is not important. I
Yeah.
have bigger,
No,
bigger
no.
things to discuss.
You gave Rabiu the
No,
apology.
no, give it a proper
I
I have
apologized
apology.
like
to.
I have listen.
Last week
I
I
have like
apologized to
two or
him.
three. I have like two or three things about Bayern and the Bundesliga that I want to talk to you guys about. I'm just waiting, so I just need you guys to
Okay.
tell me to go so I
Okay,
can
okay,
go.
hold on. Let me just let's cover the Champions League and then we'll go on to that. But
I don't know.
okay, so you started the season very questionably. It was only until I believe this game week that you retained your first place when
Actually,
Freiburg
no.
lost.
Actually, no. Because the
Freiburg
start of the
just lost
season,
their last game.
the first 4 or 5 games in the season, we were banging. I think we beat Frankfurt. I think it was 6-1 or something.
Point is,
Right.
and then you fell off for a while and you just came back, which
There's
is
and
good that you
there's
came back.
tactical reasons for that. When you think about those things, Nagelsmann started the season with a 4-2-2-2 formation, right? He didn't play like he had, I think, Mane and Nabri at the top, and he played Koman and Sane, and he started. Goretzka was injured. He started the season with Sabitzer and Kimmich, right? Thing is, when Goretzka came back, Nagelsmann, it's kind of like a Guardiola type syndrome where he kind of like he's such a good tactician, he plays in his own mind. You know what I mean? Sometimes I won't say it's as bad as Guardiola. He hasn't been far in the Champions League to prove it, but for him, he's kept switching up the formation. He going from a 4-4-2-2 to a 4-2-3-1. Like the formation changes at Bayern game to game for a while were crazy, right? Like, and you had to integrate Goretzka, which is a big piece in the midfield back in for us, right? Players missed time. Sané's been injured. Uh, like a bunch of off the top of my head, I don't know. I'm maybe pressure of the moment. I'm blanking, but there's been a lot of injuries at the club, right? You've seen Hernandez out. Alphonso Davies missed a couple of games. Like it's been up
Wasn't
and down.
Kimmich injured?
He had COVID, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
But
Kimmich is actually crazy. Kimmich does not miss games. Anyway, that's a whole other thing. But
but
but yeah, so
let me
like
just say,
Nagelsmann has had to deal with a
okay,
lot
I
of
won't say.
that, and then now that he has found his groove a little bit with the players that are at the club now, you've seen the results start to come back up. You know what I mean? So I'm not worried.
But speaking like in general, like this season, y- here's the thing. Yeah, okay, the only team that scored a goal against you is Victoria Pilsen, but who did you play against, bro? Like okay, if you look at it surface value, like yeah, you beat Inter and Barca, bro. Look at where they are in their respective leagues. Look how they've been
Fair enough.
performing. Look how
Second.
in the mud these clubs are.
By the way,
Like
Barca is at the top of
Barca's
their league. I
second.
just want to
Oh,
put
they're
that out
top.
there.
Okay, they went top.
They're at
Hasid,
the top of their
stop
league.
this
yeah,
disrespect.
yeah,
That's
but they
crazy.
suck. They suck. No, look, but we
Okay,
all
wait.
know Barca
But then,
suck. And
but if we're making
Inter,
that
who finished second, by the way, just lost to Juventus 2-0, who didn't even get out of their group with Benfica and PSG. Okay, Inter right now, I believe. Let me just triple check this. They're sitting in seventh, bro. Like
by the way,
and Barca, by the way, Barca especially to Bayern are not a good club. You could put Barca versus Bayern 75 times.
wait,
Bayern will win 75 of those times, and
Doesn't
that's a
can I
fact.
it
say
does?
one
Everyone knows
thing?
this.
I just want to talk. I just want to talk shit about one thing in with Barca. Can I say I love Barcelona so much. I love them like with my whole heart. There's room in there for 100 Barcas. How? Explain to me how. We beat you 8-2, and then we beat you last year in the group stages, and then we're like, you know what? This is unfair. We feel bad. Take our best player. You know, in the streets when you play football with somebody and you beat the hell out of your team beats the hell out of them. You say, okay, the best player, switch teams and go. We gave you our best player. You took our best player, and you still like. I love Barcelona, man. That club makes my life. I never look forward to a game more than I look forward to a Barca game. When I saw we drew Barca in the group stage, you know when they see dollar signs in their eyes, like in the cartoons? I saw dollar signs in my eyes. I was like, this is the matchup we have all been waiting for. Barcelona,
Definitely.
every Bayern fan is lying. Is lying if they tell you after Bayern their favorite club is not Barcelona.
But
But okay,
Hussein, I just want to
um,
rebuttal that point that you made, right? It does not
yeah.
matter who the teams are. To get 18 points from a possible 18 points in the Champions League group stage is insane. They are the only team to have done that out of any team in the Champions League this season.
3 years in a row.
Y-
3 years in a row. Let's put that out there.
insane, but this season especially because no one else did it. Like Liverpool, I think, did it last season, but Bayern needs some respect. Choupo-Moting needs his respect. 9 goals
That's
in
my
the last
guy.
7 games. Hussein, 9 goals in 7 games. It's not.
So even as a Bayern fan, sometimes I struggle to kind of put into words what Choupo-Moting does for the club. But I think I was listening to a One Football podcast and they summed it up really well. Choupo-Moting is like that guy that you don't want to use in big games, but when you use him, that's not what they said. That's what I'm saying. When you use him, he can make it work at a certain point in time. And it's like arguments you watch him and you watch him for like 5 games in a row and you come out still confused. Is this guy a good player? You know what I mean? But then the way that One Football podcast put it, where they were like, he's like one of those. You compare him a little bit to Muller, in that he looks a little bit clumsy when he plays. He's a little bit, you know what I mean? He doesn't feel like he has full control,
But he
but
gets it done.
he gets it done exactly right. Obviously, he's a backup at the end of the day. He's not. He's gonna be your backup striker most of the time. If everybody's healthy, he's gonna sit on the bench. And this is kind of unprecedented. We've seen him like get preferred by Nagelsmann a lot, but I think we're happy to have him and we want to keep him. And he knows his role, so that when we do get a number 9, or when we go away from having a number 9, or when Matthijs Tel when that 17-year-old that we brought in, Matistel, when he gets into his own groove, Choupo-Moting understands his place is going to be mostly the bench, and having that understanding of your role and coming in when you need to come in and do your job, we are happy to have that player at our club. You know what I mean?
Let's move on just because this is definitely gonna pass an hour. Like we still have
Yeah,
quite a
yeah,
bit to talk about. So yeah, predictions. Each of us. If Liverpool Bayern happens, who wins? Predictions.
Bayern, Bayern.
And Bayern.
Bayern?
Yeah.
Underdogs, Liverpool. I always root for the underdogs, bro.
Yeah, no, I'm saying Liverpool too. I
I'm
just
an
have a feeling.
underdog lover.
Okay, moving on. Napoli versus Dortmund. Not much to discuss there. We all know Napoli are gonna win 18-0 both games because it's just too good.
Nah,
One thing
Palmer,
one thing you
yeah,
have to
don't
bear
worry
in
about
mind
it.
though, with all these games, you don't know the effect the World Cup's gonna have on these players.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. But let's just go with the assumption that
Also,
everything's
how
gonna
many
be
of Napoli's players are going
not
to
too
the
many.
international
Not
squad?
too many.
Nigeria, they
Lozano,
didn't make it,
definitely.
did they, Nigeria?
I know Nigeria
Osimhen,
didn't make the World
they
Cup,
didn't
so
make
Osimhen
it.
will
Osimhen's
be
gonna be
chilling
all
then.
right. Kvaratskhelia is like Georgian, so he's
Politano.
fine.
Okay, so
But
he'll go
Italy didn't
because
make the World Cup.
Bro,
oh
that's
yeah,
crazy. Win the
like
Euros.
most of their
You
team is
win the
Italian as
Euros
well.
and
So.
then you
And
don't qualify for the World Cup.
that's why I think Napoli will be so fresh after the World Cup.
Definitely
But
No, he
moving
Napoli.
will be.
on,
Definitely.
Tottenham or City versus Inter. Let's go with
No,
Tottenham versus
wait.
Inter.
You didn't let me
Oh, sorry.
predict. I said
Oh yeah,
Dortmund.
sorry,
I
Josh.
think
Sorry,
Dortmund's gonna win. Yeah,
you think Dortmund's
Dortmund's
gonna
gonna.
win?
I
Okay.
100.
You're
I'm like
wrong.
more like 60-40 on it, so I see the potential for Napoli to win. But I just feel like I trust Dortmund more. I think, and that's the argument again to make between like the Bundesliga versus the Serie A. I think the standard below the top, like take Bayern away, the standard in the Bundesliga, I think is very comparable to the standard in Serie A. And I think, and I'm gonna have this debate too when we get there later on. But I think, yeah, I trust Dortmund, and I think in the end they're gonna pull it out.
Okay. City versus Inter. City. Everyone knows
City.
City's gonna win.
Yeah.
Tottenham versus Inter. How about that?
Tottenham.
Spurs. Spurs. Yeah.
Tottenham.
Yeah.
Tottenham.
And
I
City
think
and
so.
Tottenham, I think.
Watch,
what
Harry
else are you-
Kane's gonna score 3 goals.
Oh,
and
I
make
can't
Chelsea
wait.
tears.
I can't wait.
I'm so excited to prove
I
you
hope
guys wrong.
Tottenham
Okay,
play PSG at
Tottenham
some
or
point.
City?
Oh, I love that.
Tottenham or City versus Leipzig. What were we all saying?
If it's Tottenham Leipzig, if it's City.
Agreed. Yeah.
That's what I think.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay.
Especially because
Chelsea.
Nkunku's going Chelsea, isn't he? Okay, but yeah, continue.
Yeah, true. Chelsea, Frankfurt.
Chelsea.
Chelsea.
Chelsea, but Frankfurt is a strong underdog. in
Shut
my opinion.
up, man. What every Bundesliga team? Oh, but look, here's the thing. They could come. No, bro. Look, okay, Bundesliga sucks. They're a terrible league with terrible teams who what? Okay, Frankfurt won 17-0 against the team that just got promoted to the Bundesliga from the Bundesliga 2. What, like, do you really, you're actually going to sit here and compare it to Serie A, which I'm going to say it. I'm going to say it's the most competitive league in the world this season. I don't care what you two think. No, because
What is he doing?
we all know.
Yalla, we'll
that
wait for the
City are
apology at
going-
the end of the season.
Yeah, no problem. I'll apologize if I'm wrong. If I'm wrong
It's okay,
about this,
just
I will kill myself. City are going to win the Premier League. They're going to win the Premier League. Do you disagree with me? No, they're going to win the Premier League, and then they're going to celebrate like they just like
City aren't guaranteed to win
moved
the
the
Premier League.
mountain.
Arsenal look amazing. If you watch Arsenal,
Shut
they
up!
look so
Shut
good.
up! Shut up!
This
City
is,
will
the,
win
this,
the
is from
Premier
the,
League.
this is from the
And
guy
then
who literally was
I said from
gagging
the
on
start.
Arsenal.
I said from the start, Arsenal look absolutely amazing, but they will burn out and City will win the league. And we all know this is going to happen. You can't come and backtrack now because I'm saying the Serie A is a more competitive league. No one knows who's going to win the Serie A. No one knows who's going to come second. Inter are 7th, for God's sake.
Okay.
Juventus are like
Can I
21st.
tell you
Napoli.
who's going to win the Serie A?
Let me-
Napoli.
Can I?
Napoli has 7 points clear.
We'll see.
Yeah.
Oh,
Can I-
so what? So what?
It's
What
It's
are
a
you
bigger,
saying?
it's a bigger gap than the Premier League.
Oh,
It's a bigger gap than the
yeah.
Bundesliga.
It's a
What do you
bigger
say?
gap than
Wait,
the Premier League.
hold on. Let me. Can I get? I have been like waiting for my chance to get at him for this because
Yeah,
he
have this
keeps talking.
conversation.
He keeps talking that crazy shit, and I'm here for like for the correction. Let's call it. You know what I
You
mean?
do it, man.
So what?
Correct this guy.
Okay. Here's the thing. I said. You see how you switch the conversation. Which league is the most competitive? First of all, Napoli's run away with this one. It's not competitive. Let's just get that out the way.
That's so
Second,
stupid. That's so stupid.
so then saying City will win the Premier League
City
is also
have won
stupid.
it God knows how many years in a row. They have every good player in the world just goes to City. And if someone plays good until January, they're gonna buy him. That's what they
Say
do.
Bismillah.
They have
Say
Haaland.
Bismillah. Say Bismillah. Say Bismillah.
No,
Say
no,
Bismillah.
Dad, no.
Say
I
Bismillah.
don't want to. I don't want to.
Okay. Okay, God's gonna be angry with you, but here, let
No,
me.
Bismillah. But still,
You see how I played him there? Listen, this is what I do. This is what I do. Listen, hear me. Put that aside. We can go back and forth on whether or not Napoli's gonna win the league. The point gap is the biggest, I think, between it's just I think League One might be bigger, I don't know, but the other top four leagues, there's no gap like there is at the top of this league. Secondly, right? The Italian leagues, like if you go okay, the Spanish league has become shit this season, right? Aside from Real Madrid. But there's no teams in the Italian league that can go up against a Bundesliga team and scare them outside Bayern. You know what I mean? Like take Leipzig or Dortmund and put them like in their knockout stages. I promise you, Leipzig is if they get AC Milan or Inter Milan or Napoli even, they're looking at this thing thinking we can go into that game and we can advance from this matchup, right? The
not
Bundesliga,
right.
if you put away the Bayern and you take the from second place to like 10th place and stack it against every other league, right? Aside, I'm not playing with the Premier League because we already know that's the best league, right? I'm not playing with them. But stack them against any other league. Consistently, most seasons, you see in the Champions League, 3 or 4 Bundesliga teams progress. You know what I mean? Like, Italian teams have not reached the semis since Atalanta in 2020. You know what I mean? Any. Like I'm not saying I can lean on Bayern being a big club in my league. I can lean on Dortmund being a semi-big club in my league. I can lean on Leipzig being an upcoming club in my league. The Italian teams have the past couple years they've not done well in Europe, right?
Am I
The
talking
thing,
about the last couple of years? Or am I talking about this year? Because
Can
okay,
I
let
or
me
just say
to
that
counter your point. Sorry, go on, Ben.
I just wanted to say that in the Premier League, in the top 10, we've got Crystal Palace, Fulham, and Brighton, and Newcastle. Like, these are teams that were like a bottom half usually. Like Newcastle for
right?
sure. Last season,
That's
20th
that's a
place.
fair point, but let me just counter Zaid real quick because you said okay. First of all, my argument was, and you can rewind. I said this season, Serie A is the most competitive. You then went to talk about the 2020 and 20. Like I don't care about the 20s. Okay, this is this season, and now you want to sit and stack. Okay, let's stack. Milan second place. In Serie A, Freiburg, second place. They're not even in the Champions League. Okay, or even the Europa League or the Conference League. They're in the Threes League. Then you got third, Lazio.
Easily.
Third, Union Berlin. Fourth, Atalanta. Dortmund. Okay, that's a cool matchup. No problem. Fifth, Frankfurt and Juventus. Come on, bro. Rabiot. Are you really going to come and chat to Rabiot right now? Okay? Because Rabiot is the best player in the world.
Oh man, he's not
I'm gonna
serious.
say, hold on. I'm gonna say one point that will make you be quiet, and we're gonna end the conversation there.
He's not going to be quiet. You know he won't, just to be clear.
Well,
You know he's going to be like, oh, I'm not
it
being
it,
quiet
it, will,
now.
it will end this argument,
Come
right?
on.
We have agreed. If you're bragging about how Inter Milan is whatever in the Italian league and they've just come second over Barca, whatever, you're contrasting the success between their domestic leagues and the success in the Champions League, and you're saying Inter is more successful in the Champions League despite being lower position in their league. Let's give that
No,
example.
I'm saying,
Hold on,
I'm
hold on,
saying,
لحظة, right? You just made fun of Freiburg and Union Berlin for being in the top 4.
Union, where the
But
onion.
that's how you pronounce it.
This.
Now you made fun of them for being in the top 4.
Okay.
Bayern have been struggling in the Bundesliga for a while this season. They only got their thing together recently, but they've been on point in the Champions League. Does that not speak to?
Wait,
No,
wait, no,
no,
no, no,
no.
no, no, you
I'm
stop,
fini-
you
I'm
stop,
fin- I'm
because you
finishing
just,
it.
you just said it. You just said
Yeah,
it. And you said
yeah.
it before, and no, 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 no. You don't, I don't think you know what you just said, because you're not, you wouldn't be agreeing with me if you knew what I was talking about, okay? You said Bayern have been struggling to stay in first place against these teams, right? Didn't you just earlier say, Nagelsmann? See, he's like Guardiola. He's a big tactician. Sometimes he gets in his own head. You can see every game we played a different formation. We started at
We
4 2
make
2 2,
okay,
and then
okay,
we went to
okay,
4-5-1,
okay,
and that's why you were
okay,
losing, right?
okay,
That's why
okay,
you were
okay.
losing, not because the Bundesliga is a tough league.
No, I said,
Because it
listen.
was
So,
because
so
Nagelsmann is like
understand.
Guardiola.
Didn't we used to always make these jokes first of all about the Bundesliga tax and about how you or me can go and manage Bayern and win the Bundesliga and things like that? First of all, when we say
Yes.
these things, and then Lewandowski leaves the league and goes and does really good in Spanish league, and
Who
Haaland leaves the league.
cares?
Hold on.
Every best player, the only best player in a season, the only time you didn't buy the best player in the Bundesliga was when you didn't buy Nkunku, but you bought Sabitzer, you bought Götze, you bought Lewandowski, you bought Hummels, and then gave him back. You bought
Sancho.
Upamecano. I can continue, right?
Okay.
That's not
You
no,
just
but that's
keep
not.
doing that.
If okay, so you have a problem because you said this season, in the last
No,
few
I didn't. I
seconds,
don't
but
remember
now you're
saying that.
Oh my
okay. But let me make
days.
Rewind
that
the
point.
clip. Rewind the
The
clip.
last point. The last point before we get off of this is you've been making fun of the Bundesliga for being a garbage league, and I admit it's very top heavy, right? The thing is, Union Berlin are in the top four. Freiburg are second place right now, right? Leipzig is like sixth or fifth. And Bayern haven't, like, they've had their hiccups, even through Nagelsmann's whatever. They've had their hiccups in the Bundesliga. Champions League has been on point. Does that not speak to the strength of the Bundesliga sides below Bayern?
No, it
If we
doesn't,
can
because it
go,
speaks
yes, it
to
does.
Nagelsmann knows
Hasid,
I
leave
don't
it.
care what happens in the
Hasid,
Bundesliga.
leave it.
No, listen. This
We
is a good
got
point. This is
time.
a good point. This is a good point. Let me make my point. I'm gonna fact check this, and if I'm wrong, I'll come back and I'll apologize. But this is my prediction, right? Because I didn't
Okay.
check the tactics and the Nagelsmann and the Guardiola of the Champions League, right? But my prediction is Nagelsmann used the Bundesliga to do his experiments, and in the Champions League, he just stayed with his normal formation, and that's why they succeeded. If I'm wrong, I
That's
will
why,
apologize. That's why
and that's
what?
how I know,
That's why I'm
and that's
right.
how I know, that's how I know you don't watch Bayern because
I
Nagelsmann
don't
has
watch
been playing
Bayern because
different
they suck.
formations as well, right?
In
Like,
the Champions
but
League, okay, I'll check
uh,
that. I'll check
Google
that.
All
it.
right, no,
I'm not
no,
taking
They
your word
started
for it.
off.
no. We're just
They
gonna
started
end
off
it.
running a 4-2-2-2, and now they do a 4-2-3-1, bro. Come on, this is my team. Leave, like, you know
Okay.
what I
We'll
mean?
check. I'll
All
check.
right.
I'll check.
Okay. That's that. Okay. I don't know who won
Jesus
that. I
Christ.
think
So
everyone
happy
lost
with
there.
that.
Bundesliga is the number 2 league in Europe. We're doing
Shut up.
that.
Shut
Bundesliga
up.
is the
Okay,
number 2 league in
this will
Europe.
be
We're
Zaid's
doing
last.
that.
This will be Zaid's last episode on the Touchliner. Moving on.
Next game.
Um, we didn't. Okay, so we need to discuss the last three fixtures. Before we finish off. But Madrid versus Milan, guys. Do you think that there's any chance in
Oh.
hell that Milan
Oh,
can
actually,
pull
you know
this off?
what? You know what?
Remember,
I think you scrape the San Siro leg and then you get slapped up at the Bernabeu. I think you win 2-1 and you're like, oh my gosh,
that's
we could
what I
actually
think
do
as
it, and
well.
then you get killed.
But
That'd be
here's the
funny.
thing, right? Madrid. Here's my thing. Madrid have a lot of players playing the World Cup. A lot of players in the World Cup.
That's true as well.
Milan don't. I don't know if Giroud's gonna go to the World Cup. Leao's going. That's fine. But what, you think Junior Messias is gonna get called up for Brazil?
Should.
Mike Maignan is injured, right? Tomori, he'll probably go, but Kalulu's staying.
Theo.
Did Denmark make the World Cup? I don't think so.
Theo
If they
Hernandez
did,
is
then
gonna
I'm
go.
wrong. But Theo Hernandez is gonna go, but like 7 to 8 of our starting 11 are not going to the World Cup.
That's true,
Right?
actually. That's good for you,
Madrid are
man.
not
think
gonna
we're-
catch a break.
I think we're overestimating the effect that the World Cup is gonna have.
Yeah.
I
Personally,
think we're underestimating
think
it.
so.
They're going to a country where they've never been to before. The lifestyle, there's gonna be, first of all, we all know, I don't want to mention them, I don't want to get into this because it's not my business, but there's going to be a lot of political stress on the players because there's certain rules and regulations they have to live by that they haven't lived by. This World Cup is going to be very, very different to the usuals. Secondly, they don't get a Christmas break. They don't get a week off. They don't get nothing. They go straight from playing football to going to Qatar to playing the World Cup. The World Cup, you're still playing 2 games a week, right? Like you're still and you're training every day. Like you don't
How
get a
many
break. And after the
injuries
World
are
Cup,
like actually going to happen during the World Cup? That's the thing. It
exactly.
could
Like
affect
you
all- it
can't
could
sit
affect
and
everyone.
say that we're overestimating the World Cup because so many. I hate this, and I'm so upset. There are so many players like Kante, for example, that we're not going to see at the World Cup, which upsets me. But at the World Cup, you're going to see a lot of people get injured as well, and I don't wish this on anyone. I would like, if this fixture were to happen, I would like for Milan to play against a completely healthy Madrid. But the reality of the situation is that's not very likely. So yeah, let's revisit this conversation after the World Cup. But the
Yeah.
last 2 fixtures,
I think it's it's an
go on.
unprecedented time, so we have to wait
Yeah.
and see.
For
right?
sure, for sure.
last 2 fixtures, Porto and PSG.
Porto.
I would love to see
Get out
Porto
Porto,
win.
yeah.
I
Shout out
really
Porto.
would. Taremi has been killing it, by the way. I'll just say that.
But he's gonna
And
score a hat
Just
trick,
to
and
finally,
watch
people are gonna be like,
Mbappe
This-
"Oh,
start,
he's the goat," and I'm gonna just
I wanted to
shoot
see
myself.
Mbappe.
Messi has
this,
been getting it together too.
yeah, he
He's
has.
found
Yeah.
his rhythm. I'm happy for him. He deserves that.
But yeah, finally, the fixture that I actually really want to see, I want to see Club Brugge and Benfica. Like, I really want to see. I will definitely be watching both legs very intensely. Um,
I think Benfica
I
has to
like
be
to
the
think,
favorite.
yeah, I like to think Benfica will win this.
But Club Brugge, no one expected them to make it out
They've
the
been
group.
good. They've been good, but you also have to remember they lost their best player in Diki Tulare, who
The thing, and they're through. You know, they don't usually get through the Champions League. They were in the Europa League a few years ago with us. I remember that.
yeah.
You never know. I'm saying Bruges.
I'd like to ask Zaid a question.
Man.
Just a little conversation we had last time I was on the podcast. I just wanted to know your opinion on obviously League One, League
Mhm.
and the qualities of the teams in that league. I made a statement saying that Nottingham Forest would beat any team below 10th place in League One.
You didn't
What do
say
you think
10th.
about
You
that?
said like 5th or something
No,
first.
no, I said 10th.
It,
Clermont
I
first,
don't remember what I
Toulouse,
don't remember what number
Troyes.
he said, but I remember it was more than 10th. Like it feels like it's more than 10th.
Maybe
Yeah.
I said 12 or 13.
Or like as in
Brest
like 5th or
is a
something.
team called Brest.
Yeah.
Okay. Angers, Strasbourg,
Yeah.
and you're telling me that Nottingham Forest don't beat
Okay,
all of those
Zaid, you
teams?
say your piece. Hussein, do not argue. Just let him say, and then
Don't
we'll
even
just leave
say
it.
anything. Mute yourself.
Okay, Zaid,
Mute
just
yourself.
okay, Zaid. What's your
Okay,
answer?
okay.
Look, first of all, I think Ligue 1 is, let's get it out the way, they are a top 5 league in Europe, right? They are like, to say that the Eredivisie is better than them, that's like a bit stretching it in my opinion. You know what I mean? The
Yeah.
thing with Ligue 1, the thing with Ligue 1 is they, like, I think we can all agree that they're the worst out of the top 5 leagues in Europe. We'll debate about the other ones. Ligue 1 is not. That being said, we did see Lille win the league a couple seasons ago, right? We did see like I'm not too tapped in with it, but we don't really tip with Marseille. I think made the semis in 2020. Or not Lyon, sorry, Lyon. Lyon made the semis in 2020, and Marseille gave Frankfurt like a good run for their money and in this group stage as well. So there is some quality there. I'm not gonna sit and say the other, like Ben was saying, they're all bartenders or something on their part-time jobs. There is quality there, but they don't hold a candle to the Bundesliga or La Liga or Premier League, right? Or Serie A. I'll give you
And
that one.
also like Lille is 7th right now, and
Mm.
like Lyon at 8th. So if I did say 10 to 12, I was still technically correct.
The
I
thing is with that, Ben, is that I Nottingham Forest is like the whipping boys of the Premier League, man, right now. Like
But they
I
just
don't
beat
think,
Liverpool, man. They just beat
but,
Liverpool.
but man, Liverpool been catching L's here and there, bro. That's not a comparison.
They
The
beat
thing with
us.
that,
They beat Newcastle.
Yeah, but they're
Newcastle is gonna
inconsistent. That's what an
yeah,
inconsistent team does.
your one-off results in those situations are gonna mean a bit less because it is an inconsistent team and because it is gonna be like there is a potential for a small team to come beat them. The thing with Ligue 1 is what I will say, I don't think Nottingham Forest walks in and beats anyone beyond the bottom 5 in Ligue 1. But I do think uh if you if you take the Ligue 1 from third place and below, and like the same thing I've been saying, stack it against the other leagues in Europe, the third place and below, the other 5 leagues, I think everybody in Ligue 1 is getting slapped.
yeah, I agree with that.
You know,
That boy.
Eh,
So calm.
no matter what league, La Liga, Bundesliga, Serie A, Premier, everybody in Ligue 1 is getting slapped, and you're gonna see some heavy results in there too.
Mm. Yeah, I back that.
Oh, sometimes bartenders don't have time to train as well. Like sometimes they work late night shifts. You know, like I used to
Guys,
be
you
a
know
bartender.
what's funny? You know what's funny? Ben is a bartender who's trying to become a professional athlete.
Okay. All right. Anyway, on to the next.
Ben's face lagged for a second. He was like, okay.
All right. That's the Champions League though. I don't know what else. What else is
Wait,
there?
okay, hold on.
Okay.
Before we move off the Champions League, I want everybody. Sorry, it's not my podcast, but I'm gonna try this thing. Can everybody give their prediction for their favorite to win the Champions League after the group stage? After we've seen the group stage.
Okay, Josh, go first.
Oh no, Hassan go first. I need to think.
No, I voted Josh to go first. Right, that's the rule.
Is it, are,
Yeah,
you're not a co-host.
Josh goes first. Shush,
Shut
shush,
your
shush.
mouth.
Josh goes
I
first.
used
mouth.
to.
I
Okay.
decide Josh go first. I decide.
Oh,
Josh.
nice one.
Go on, Josh.
Cheers. All right.
Josh, you're gonna be his dog.
That's crazy. I think I said it a few weeks ago, and I still stand by it. I think they go back to back. I think they go back to back. I think Real Madrid win it again. I don't see why not.
Same.
Interesting.
I
Here's
genuinely
the thing. It's not
don't see why
possible
not.
because we're gonna beat.
Okay, but
Hussein, what do you think?
We're not. I'm sorry, guys. Napoli.
he's not serious.
That's the home.
I'm saying it.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm going bold. Napoli.
Okay.
Yeah,
Will win.
Let me-
that's
let me-
nothing like
then-
Hussein.
then let me say this. If you stand by your pick, right?
Yeah.
I will let you slap me 3 times in the face if Napoli wins the Champions League. How's that?
As far as
Oh,
you can.
on
Yeah,
video.
well,
But if they don't win, you get 1 slap.
Nah,
I'm
shut
giving
your
you the
mouth
odds.
because they're not gonna win.
Dude,
Okay, there we go. Then.
why are you saying it?
There we go. There we
Nah,
go.
nah,
Pick another
okay.
team.
What? No, here's the thing. First of all, I'm not gonna say Real Madrid because I think Real
You
Madrid
just
are gonna win.
want
But
Napoli to win.
hold on. No, it's not that I want Napoli to win. It's that I think they truly have a chance of winning it. They
Yeah,
have been.
say it with chest.
Who's most
Stop.
likely
I'll
to
say-
win?
Yes, but I'm not taking no slaps for it. I like my face. I'm pretty.
All right.
Okay, so who is your prediction then?
Napoli.
So take the
I
slaps.
just don't take your deal.
Oh
No,
my
take the
gosh.
slaps.
All right. Wait, Zaid, you said Real Madrid as well.
No, I feel, and maybe this is my bias again, but I feel very strongly about my team. I feel really good about Bayern, and I back us. I think against any team in Europe, I think I back us against them. City, PSG, whoever you want, Real Madrid, and maybe I might regret saying that later on. But like at this moment, like and potentially it's biased, I really think we can go up to any single one of those teams and win both legs.
I think it's between you guys and Real Madrid. You guys are the two best teams. PSG have the best individuals, but Bayern Munich and Real Madrid have the best teams. Ben, what do you think?
Let me tell you something, right? Let me just lay this out for you, because some people seem
He's
to
the
be
Man City.
asleep right now. I think you're sleeping on the best striker in the world right now. And if he stays fit and gets into the Champions League and stays fit, Haaland will do unspeakable things to your Bayern defense. I saw him come on the other day and scored 2 goals in 10 minutes. One was disallowed.
I've
but
been
he
watching that boy for
is
2 years, man. I've been watching
he
that boy
is
for 2 years.
unbelievable. Like, he's a robot. He's a Terminator. He's not real. He's Arnold, bro. He's come from the past. I don't believe this guy is human. And I'm telling you, if this guy goes to the Champions League, he's winning it for them. The last time City were in the Champions League, they were missing a clinical striker. That's what they have now. They found their missing piece.
They just completely ruined their tactics. They could have beat Chelsea if they just stuck to their plan.
They didn't play a defensive mid. For real, but no, I think
This is why. And
Erling
this is
You know what's
Haaland
gonna
why.
played
happen?
defensive.
City will make it to the Champions League final, and then Guardiola's gonna go play 2 at the back.
it's also if Haaland stays fit, he
Haaland's
just
up front, he'll
he's-
still win.
he just got his first injury. He came back, yeah, he scored,
Yeah,
but
but he's gonna have 2 months off.
oh yeah,
Came back from
that's the thing.
injury and literally
But he plays.
scored 2 goals.
I know, but he
And-
plays every game. Now after the World Cup, it's gonna
No,
be
not
5
true.
months.
Not true. He didn't. Alvarez played most of that game.
No. I mean,
he-
he's fit. He plays every game. That's what I mean.
Yeah.
That's
the
it.
thing with City, and why I will never bet on City to win anything in Europe is because their manager is broken. That man is broken. Like when he managed Bayern, you will see us run through every team in the Bundesliga and go up to Real Madrid, change the tactics and get slapped 4-0, get slapped 5-0 by a team that's not that much better than your team. You know what I mean? Like that manager, it's reached a point where even if logic points me towards believing in like his team or believing in City's chances or whatever, I have to see it first. It's there with him. Like he has to. Like I have to see the
Guardiola's an
ball
old
go in
dog,
the net.
and old dogs don't learn new tricks, and that's just what it is.
I have to see it first. If I'm gonna believe it, I need to see it. I need to see the ball go in the back of the net on the game of the final, and the referee blows the whistle, and then Then that's the only place I can be like City are the favorites because they've already won it. Because I don't trust them.
Mm.
Listen,
Okay,
I'm telling
finally.
you now.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. Don't worry. Ignorant people will say ignorant things.
Alright, shush,
Okay.
man. Just go on.
I'm telling you, And listen now, yeah. I'm telling you, City are gonna clean up. It's not even gonna be. It's not even gonna be competitive. City are gonna clean up. They have the most well-rounded team in the world, and they will clean up in the Champions League. As long as listen, I will say they'll clean up. Just as long as Pep doesn't decide to play the goalkeeper up front and Haaland in goal, as long as he doesn't do some crazy tactics like this, they win easily.
But he will. That's the point. That like, there's no scenario in the Champions League final that happens that he doesn't do that. That
I
doesn't
think he's
exist.
learned from his mistake. I think he's learned. I
Oh,
think he
because
Why?
understands.
how
Why
many
didn't
times
he
he done
learn
it?
like 5 seasons ago? Yeah, why hasn't he learned
No,
5 seasons ago?
sometimes it takes 5 seasons for you to understand.
Okay. Finally, guys, can we have everyone's star of the week before we end off?
Start of the week. We change the name for that.
Pick a name.
I don't know. I will keep start of the week. It's funny.
Yeah. Y'all go ahead first though.
Oh, wait, I just want to shout out Jared Piqué. He retired out of nowhere. Legend. He's so disrespected in my opinion. One of the best defenders of our generation. Respect. Ex-United player.
Real.
He was there for 4 years.
Spain international.
Yeah, Barcelona legend.
You winning the World Cup, the Euros, a number of Champions Leagues, and then for that podcast you guys sent me, it made my
Talk
blood
Sport one.
boil. Here's
Yeah.
the thing, guys. Yeah,
Sport
here's the
blows
thing, guys.
everyone's mind.
I'm gonna get a little bit racist here.
Hey,
Start a sentence like you can't start a sentence like
hey.
You can't say that.
No, okay. Can I just say, English football fans are just
Recalculate.
No, listen,
Recalculate.
it's fine. He
and
can say what he
upload it
say.
again.
I
Okay,
also
let me
agree.
try this
I
again.
also agree with what he's saying.
Let me try this again.
I
Let me try
also
this again.
agree.
Okay. I'm gonna get a little bit racist here.
Oh, what?
No, say it.
Nah,
with
okay.
chest.
I'm not being
Say
racist.
it with
I'm not being
chest.
racist, but
You're being
English football
xenophobic.
fans, English football fans are the most deluded and stupid football fans ever.
Let me
right?
explain
Here's
something
the
to you.
thing.
No. I will tell
Oh,
you.
you can make
You
my
are
point
correct.
for me. It's okay.
No, you're correct. Listen, shush. Close the lips. Close those lips. Okay.
Wait, okay, go.
Look,
Hold on.
Wow.
Josh. Did you tell him that he has like more power? Like, did you forget that you're not actually a co-host on this podcast?
You
Because
are
need to have some
correct.
respect.
Ben, just make
Say
your
sorry.
point.
What I
Say sorry.
what
Say
I
sorry.
will
I'm
explain.
gonna
Ben,
mute.
can I?
I'm gonna mute
Ben,
Zaid.
can I actually say? No. Ben, can I actually say that when I first told them, oh, I wanted to reach, go on the podcast, and I told Hussein, oh, what about like the timing wise? How's everything working with the others? And he was like, oh, it's just Josh. Ben is not coming because he doesn't know European football, so he's not gonna come. So I told him,
stand by
oh,
that.
I was really, yeah, and I was like, oh, I was really excited to talk Newcastle, and then he was like, okay, now I'll bring him on.
See, he doesn't respect me as a friend or as a
No.
football
The
fan.
main
But what I
point you
will
need to take
say,
away from that. The main point you take away from that is I decide when you come and when you don't come.
Okay,
shush.
Ben,
Right.
just make your point.
Anyways, my point is,
I'm
he's
sorry, I
not
feel like I
wrong.
did fitna.
No, it's okay. What I will say is Hussein is not wrong, but it's not all English fans. It's the London clubs. The London clubs
Wow,
are
that's
the
good.
worst.
That's really good.
Everywhere else, you can go to Man United. Listen, Man United have deluded fans and they have annoying fans. Okay, Liverpool also have some really annoying fans, but all the delusion comes from Arsenal, comes from Chelsea, comes from Tottenham. It is hard to listen to, and I agree with you. I think that we do have some of the most delusional football fans in the world.
What did that
Mostly
Talksport guy say
Arsenal.
about PK?
Oh, he said
He
he's the
said that, like,
worst player. He said he's the worst player in that Barcelona team.
Oh, do you know how stupid that? To be a start, PK is like a Busquets level of player. To be a
There's
starter
like
for
compilations.
PK's been playing football since I knew what football was. Like I was 6 and PK was a starter at
Bro,
Barca.
there's
Then he won the
compilations
World Cup. Then he won
of
the
like
Euros. Yeah,
Talksport
exactly.
L's. There's
Yeah, no,
compilations of
it's
Talksport
so
L's. They're
bad, man.
well known.
I have to
They
write
said
about
that
Yo,
it
Eddie
that-
Howe.
on Sport
Yo,
Bible. I have to
that
write
man-
about
Eddie
it.
Howe can't defend.
That man cheated on Shakira, bro. I can't rate that guy. That man
Yeah,
cheated
no,
on
that's
Shakira.
facts.
Oh, he gave us back. He gave us Shakira back. Have some respect,
Bro,
bro.
he,
did
you
this
know what
for
he
us.
did? I would cheat on someone who evades taxes too.
That's true.
But yeah, anyways, guys, we digressed way too much. Let's just go
Sorry.
back.
Your
to
star
the
of the week. Your star of the week.
Star of the week. Hussein, you go first.
No, I would like for someone else to go first.
Shotgun
No,
I
you
man.
can
know,
go
I'll go
first.
first. I'll go first. I'll go first.
I know I can go first if you want.
Okay.
Okay. I'm gonna give it to my guy. My star of the week is Choupo-Moting for the performances that he's put in this week, for the fact that he's able to step up at a time where Sane was still coming back from injury, Hernandez was still coming back from injury, Koeman was getting suspended left and right for no reason, for a reason, but like he's picking up stupid suspensions. But I think it was a time where the squad needed him to step up, and he did that, and he was able to score goals, and he was able to lift them, like not lift them, but he was able to function well as a part of the team as the striker when the team didn't have a striker. So I gotta give it to him, and I think he deserves some love for sure.
Nice. All right. For me, I have to. The thing is, right? It's been a tough week for a United fan. We won midweek. It felt like a loss, but I'm gonna
There's
give.
literally no way he says a United player.
I'm
After
gonna.
that performance, there's
No, no,
no
no.
way he says a
I'm
United
gonna give it to Garnacho because 18 years old. He was the youngest
Yeah.
non-European player to score in Europe for United. Younger than George Best, who held the record for
Who did you
decades.
guys play?
We played Real
It was
Sociedad.
not. Yeah. By the way,
Oh,
that's
So
good.
it was a good goal. He was probably our only good player today. He's trying, because Rashford was off it. Sancho injured, Anthony injured, Martial came back today but not looking good. Garnacho's running at players, and I miss seeing that with our attackers. So it was nice. He's one for the future. That's my
It's
star.
like sort of like a diamond in the rough a little bit.
It is, and he plays with Messi with Argentina, and then he plays with Ronaldo at United. This guy can't get better teachers, so he's destined for greatness, hopefully.
How does he stack up against Zidane Iqbal at United? How is he doing over there?
Zidane Iqbal, I think he needs a chance. Ten Hag keeps him on the bench every single game. He needs to come on because when I saw him in preseason, this guy's a baller, bro. Serious baller. Honestly,
It
like,
means he's training with first team though, so he
yeah,
has the chance to train.
exactly. I think hopefully we can use him maybe in the Carabao Cup on Thursday against Aston Villa. Coming to Old Trafford. I'm going to the game. Hopefully I see Zidane. I really want to see him. He's a Iraqi baller. Yeah, I love that guy.
Mhm.
Shout out.
Let's
Ben,
go.
Ben, your star of the week.
I want to go last if that's okay, Hussein.
Yeah, sounds good. I want to say big man, although he got a red card, Olivier, sexy, good-looking Giroud. Guys, he scored 3 goals and 2 assists in his last 2 games. 5 goal contributions in 2 games. And need I mention, by the way, he came on in the 72nd minute in our last game and won us in the game with a stunning whatever. Like, I don't even know the name of that kick.
Full kick.
Okay. Huh?
I'd agree with you if he wasn't so like good looking and annoyingly good looking. I'd pick Giroud, but I
Yeah,
can't.
but it's just but the thing is the red card just
Yeah.
upsets me so much. But yeah, I'm saying Giroud.
All right, and finally,
The
Mr.
man
Ben.
Ben Chapman here. I'm gonna give my star of the week,
Thank you, Alvaro.
and of course
Oh, we
has
all
to be
Oh look, he's got off it.
Miguel.
He went off it.
Miguel Alvaron.
we all chose
yeah.
our players. We all chose our players.
Yeah.
Surprise, surprise. There's no bias in this podcast at all.
We'll choose
Yeah.
our own. No, but there's a good reason for all of them. It's not like stupid. Giroud, fair enough, and everyone else. But I think that's everything, no, guys.
Yeah. Zaid, thank you so much for coming on. I know it's really difficult, the time difference, you being in Canada with a busy schedule. We had to rush him home from the gym, but we made it
No,
work,
but
so
we rushed him
really
back because
appreciate
Hussein
you.
doesn't know how to count time zones.
No, hold
No,
on.
I'm gonna
Thank you,
defend.
Zaid.
I'm
Go
gonna
on.
defend Hussein.
Please.
I'm gonna defend Hussein because Hussein calculated at the time when he was checking the time. He calculated the difference correctly. Literally last night before I woke up this morning, they did their daylight savings and they sped us up an hour. So it was 3 p.m. here at the gym, and he's like, "Oh, Hussein, let's go now." Zaid, let's go now. And I told him, "Bro, it's 3 p.m." And then it clicked. Oh, they did the daylight savings, and so I had to rush home. That's the only reason.
Fair enough. All right, it's
The
Hussein's
guy
fault.
who's Canadian doesn't even
Thanks.
know when the Canadian time
Thanks.
zones change.
Yeah,
That's crazy to
Hussein,
me.
you're a fake
Oh,
Canadian.
I'm between 3 countries at the moment. Like, I don't know where home is.
He's
at
a
the moment.
businessman. He is a businessman. He's a working man.
Like,
All right, but
catch flights, not feelings.
Yes, sir.
Zaid, thank you so much for coming. Ben, thank you,
Thank you,
thank you for coming as well, Ben. Love
Yeah,
having you
you're not
guys
a
on.
co-host, so we thank you for coming. Just remember that you're not a co-host, so thank you for
Go-
coming.
Can I take 1 second very quickly and on this episode of the Touchliner, go look at Hussein and tell him, please come back. Come back to
Yeah,
Through Deep Waters.
Hussein, you
Zaid,
got
Come back.
if you want to film an episode, here's the thing: the production of 3D Potters is professional. So if you want to come and film a
Oh,
3D Potters episode
whoa.
on Discord, I'm
What's
happy to.
he
Thing
thinks it's
is-
a joke? He
The
thinks it's a
thing
joke.
is, the thing is, nah,
Yeah.
show love to Josh. Show love to Josh first
I
of all.
love the
But second,
Touchliner, and I'm loyal to the Touchliner. But it's like I don't have professional mic. I have BB, my grandma's earphones
Okay,
mic
okay.
that I'm using right now. Like
that's the thing. I'm thinking because when I listen to Touchliner on Spotify and stuff, that listen is still enjoyable. So I'm now inspired to think like, what I have to brainstorm. What can I do to make it come out nice between me and you? That's the only thing. But yeah, so that's the only thing I want to say. And I love show. I want to show you guys love for bringing me onto the podcast. I appreciate you guys having me. Honestly, it's been
You're
really
welcome,
fun.
It's
You know, I
okay,
can't
don't worry,
lie.
you're welcome. It's all right.
Shut up.
Yeah,
Yes,
okay.
Anytime, man. Anytime. You're welcome back, bro. Of
Okay.
course.
Whenever Hussein says some crazy shit, I'm gonna come back and just check him real quick.
I'll get you in. But thanks
Yeah.
again. Everyone go follow Through Deep Waters. They'll be coming back soon. Inshallah, they'll be coming back soon. But yeah, thanks for listening, guys. Like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Comment, follow, download, and see you guys in the next one.
Thank you to the 2 people watching this episode. I respect you guys so much.
The
Thank you.
six.